you have been going to bed early, skipping dessert, and drinking more water than ever before. And your belly fat is still exactly where it was 6 months ago. Here is what most fitness advice completely misses. It is not just what you do, it is when you do it. There is a specific window every single morning, right after you open your eyes, where your body is already primed to burn stored fat. Not the food you ate yesterday, not the snack you had before bed, the actual fat sitting around your midsection right now. And there is one incredibly common morning habit, something most people do without even thinking about it, that immediately closes that window and locks your fat cells completely for the rest of the day. Today, we are going to break down exactly what happens inside your body when you walk before breakfast, how long you actually need to walk to trigger a real fat-burning response, and the one thing you must avoid before stepping outside if you want the whole process to actually work. If you are over 40, you have probably noticed something frustrating. When you gain weight, it goes straight to your midsection. When you try to lose it, your face slims down, your arms lean out, your legs look different, but your stomach stays exactly the same. This is not your imagination, and it is not a lack of effort. It is biology. Belly fat is not simply a storage unit that fills up and empties out passively. It is biologically active tissue that is directly controlled by your hormone levels, particularly one hormone called insulin. When insulin is elevated in your bloodstream, your body operates in storage mode. It is actively taking energy and packing it away. Fat burning is essentially turned off. Your body will not touch the stored fat around your waist as long as insulin is doing its job. This is exactly why eating before exercise, even something small and healthy like toast or a piece of fruit, often produces disappointing fat loss results over time. Eat breakfast first and then go for a walk. Your body burns the breakfast. Your heart benefits. Your muscles move. But the stubborn fat in your midsection barely registers what is happening. Now here's where the morning becomes your biggest advantage. When you wake up, your body has been without food for 8, 10, sometimes 12 hours. Insulin levels have naturally dropped to their lowest point of the entire day. The easily accessible energy floating around in your bloodstream is almost completely depleted. If you walk out the door at this exact moment, your body goes looking for fuel, finds that the quick supply is gone, and is forced to go directly to your stored fat reserves. It starts burning from the inside out, from the fat you actually want to lose. A clinical study published in the British Journal of Nutrition tested this exact mechanism. 2 groups performed the same morning exercise at the same pace for the same duration. The only difference was that one group ate breakfast first, and the other group exercised fasted. The fasted group burned up to 20% more body fat during the session, not by working harder, not by exercising longer, simply by changing the timing. This is the part most people get wrong, and it explains why some people do fasted walks for weeks and see almost no result. A 10-minute walk around the neighborhood in the morning is genuinely good for your mood and your heart health, but it is not long enough to trigger a meaningful fat-burning response in your body. Here's what is actually happening when you start moving. During the first 10 to 15 minutes of any walking session, your body is still transitioning. It is using whatever trace amounts of residual energy remain. Fat burning is beginning, but it has not opened up fully yet. Once you cross the 15-minute mark, something shifts. Your body has committed to fat as its primary fuel source. It settles into what researchers call the aerobic fat burning zone, a steady, continuous state where stored body fat is being converted into usable energy for your muscles. The sweet spot for real results is between 30 and 45 minutes of continuous fasted walking. 30 minutes is effective. 45 minutes is noticeably better. The longer you stay in motion past that 15-minute transition point, the more belly fat your body draws from. You do not need to move fast. You do not need to push yourself hard. In fact, walking too intensely on an empty stomach can actually work against you. High-intensity exercise in a fasted state causes a spike in stress hormones, which sends the wrong signal to your body and can leave you exhausted for hours afterward. The ideal pace is a brisk, purposeful walk, breathing slightly elevated, heart rate up, but still completely comfortable. Imagine you are walking to catch a bus you cannot miss, but you are not running for it. That pace keeps you in the fat-burning zone without triggering a stress response. This is the part that surprises people the most, because the mistake feels completely innocent. A lot of people understand the idea of fasted walking, but they want just a small boost before heading out. A splash of creamer in their coffee, half a banana, a few crackers, something small just to take the edge off the hunger. From a biological standpoint, this single action undoes the entire setup. The moment any carbohydrate or sugar enters your digestive system, even in a tiny amount, your pancreas releases insulin. It does not matter that it was just a small splash of flavored creamer. It does not matter that it was just half a piece of fruit. Insulin enters your bloodstream, and the doors to your fat cells close immediately. Your body switches from burning stored fat back to burning the sugar you just consumed. To preserve the fat-burning window, your pre-walk rule is simple: 0-calorie beverages only. Plain water is the best choice. A large glass of room temperature water before you walk is actually important because your body is naturally dehydrated after sleep, and dehydration slows the fat-burning process significantly. Plain black coffee is also acceptable and actually beneficial. Caffeine acts as a mild metabolic stimulant that encourages your body to release more fatty acids into the bloodstream. Just black. No creamer, no sweetener, nothing added. Plain green tea works the same way. Beyond that, nothing. One morning of fasted walking is not going to flatten your stomach by the afternoon. That is not how this works. What this morning habit does is change what your body defaults to for energy every single day. Over days, weeks, and months of consistent fasted walking, your body becomes progressively more efficient at accessing and oxidizing stored fat. Your insulin sensitivity improves. Your stress hormones stabilize. The fat around your midsection, which responds specifically to these hormone levels, begins to soften and reduce. Your clothes will fit differently before the scale changes significantly. The stomach will begin to feel and look less full. Your energy throughout the day will become more stable because your body is no longer swinging between blood sugar spikes and crashes. You do not need a complicated program or expensive equipment. You need walking shoes, a glass of water, and the commitment to step outside before you eat breakfast. Your body already knows how to do the rest. Have you tried fasted walking before? Are you going to start tomorrow morning? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. If this breakdown helped you understand something that was confusing before, leave a like on the video. It helps more people find this information. See you in the next one.